Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Peas World.
A woman recently posted online and shared her experience with attending a professional singles mixer event.
Professional? What were the other ones? Like amateur or something?
She states that she drove nearly an hour, 47 minutes, to get to the event, and when she arrived,
Gives
there
off
were
desperation?
no men there, not one. And here is the empty bar. You can see that there are only women across the bar, no men other than the men who work in the building. So she posted to her social media basically asking, why don't men go to these single events, especially those of you who whine and complain on the internet about being single? Why don't y'all come to these events so you can meet a woman? Let's go through some of the responses because the men are behaving and saying exactly what you would expect them to. So this is from men, directly from the horse's mouth, on why they don't attend singles mixer events.
Women seem to think men just have this agenda to lie and trick them or something. No, we just usually tell you guys the truth exactly why.
So of course, one man brought up the bear. Basically, why should we go to singles events when y'all already said you feel safer around wild animals? Instakino is broke and complaining about the cost of dating. Because
Well, you didn't answer the question. You didn't answer the question. He asked the question, the man. You didn't answer it. You just skipped it. Okay, cool.
Because Instaskino is so broke, he states that he prefers to use dating apps. Ladies, I keep telling y'all to get off those dating apps because this is what is on there. Another man states,
Just because we don't want to pay to go to events and things like this doesn't make us broke. We're smart with our money.
that the men that women want wouldn't even need to attend these events.
True.
This is so true. It's just a factual statement. When you look at the data from the dating apps, women like the same guy. Those guys are good. Like they don't need singles events. The guys that are going to the singles events, they're not even the guys that you're gonna like for real. Most likely, anyway.
Another one states that men do not want modern women, more complaining about the cost of dating, and yet again, more of them complaining about the cost of dating.
You complain about the cost of living. The cost of dating is an extra expense that mostly men incur.
Black women, you must stop handing over your resources in the hopes of finding what does not exist.
What resources?
The reason
are
that
you
men
handing
don't
over?
attend these singles events is because one, most of them already have a woman. Most men are not single.
It's just not a fact, is it?
Yeah.
And two, they don't feel like they have to spend resources in order to get to know you. It's very simple. Anyone promising you a unicorn, anyone telling you that
When do men not have to spend to get to know a woman? What are you even saying right now, bro? Even on a dating app, you have to spend as a man. The only difference is you know she likes you because she liked you, and that's how it works.
Yep.
So the man saying, why would I go there just to get rejected? Chances are he's going to get rejected a lot.
True.
On a dating app, if you match with someone, you go out on a date, the date could not work out, whatever the case is. But chances are she's going to like you initially.
if you do this, you're going to meet the perfect man, that if you do that, you're going to meet the perfect man, is lying to you. They are lying to you and stealing your money. The men that y'all are looking for do not exist. And if you insist on searching for them, do not spend any of your money to do so.
Why do men have to be perfect? I don't understand that. We're human beings. You know, definitely.
P. Because I think they think that they're perfect goddesses. That's why they think that men have to be perfect. Because if I'm perfect, I must deserve perfection myself.
Definition of being a human is we aren't perfect.
Hell no, we're not.
The jury is no longer out. I need to stop doing things for the plot. I am like the prime example of curiosity killed the cat because the way I just always have to investigate things and see things for myself, it is slowly killing me. I walked into that event last night and I wanted to die. It was so bad that I almost couldn't wait until today to update you guys. I was gonna
People are so over dramatic. I wanted to die because I went to some event and it wasn't exactly what I expected.
like do a video last night as soon as I got home, but then I ended up passing out. And of course, a lot of things are all about the perspective, but I'm gonna tell you why for me, it was a big no. So for starters, when you walk in, you have to get a name tag. And that's fine. I guess that's a good thing. But also I was like, what if I don't want someone to know my name? I don't know. And then when I did walk in, I was like, okay, I was wrong. It's not just women here. But the men that were there they were something. I could have turned and walked right back out immediately. And I should have. But I was still waiting on the 2 girls I was supposed to be meeting there to come. So I was trying not to like bail before they got there. So I tried to walk around by myself for a minute. Thankfully, like a lot of people there were there alone. It was everyone's first time doing it. So I found some cool girls who like invited me over to their table and I got to talk to them for a little bit. But like, even if you were sitting with girls, like guys would always come over and talk. That's the whole point. I get it. But I was just like, I'm kind of just here for the girlies, I think. And so whenever a guy would come, I'm like, this is ruining the vibes. Quite literally, the whole point in being there was to find like like potential people to date. And to me, men being there, I was like, this is going to ruin the tour. Also, everyone was so short. Every single man there was like less than 5'10", or 5'10" or less, I mean.
You mean like average?
With my dwarf leprechaun ass, because you guys keep on calling me like a shiny faced leprechaun, which is funny. But it's just like, even my ass is like not even average, and she's talking about 5'10" guys, and I'm like, man, I'm like 5'5", 5'7" over here, man.
Sorry, man. It gets to a point. It gets to a point, man. What, everybody in there was just like normal height? What? That's crazy.
I was taller than all of them. Except one. There was one really, really tall man.
So you're what, 6 foot or something yourself, lady?
None of them are attractive. No one, not one was attractive. Not even like, oh, he could, no, not close. And this is probably one of the meanest things that you would ever hear me say, but there was a man there that looked like the kind of guy you should be afraid of if he was walking towards a school.
I'm sure you have much more meaner things to say and have said much meaner things than just that. Why you always lying?
I have to be vague about this because I don't want TikTok to like ban me. Like quite literally, just he had really long hair and he just kept on like pushing it to the side of his face like it was like 2008, and he was just like walking around with his black clothes on, like with his head down, just pushing his hair out of the way the whole time. Never talked to a woman ever. I'm like, why are you here? And I know some
Why are you there? You didn't even want to talk to the men.
people are shy, but that was just, it was just bizarre. Eventually the 2 girls that I was meeting got there. I liked them. One of them was super outgoing and like very fearless. So when eventually we did see that there was 2 men there, only 2 out of all the people that were not completely repulsive, but were sitting at a table the entire time with the same girls. And I was like, oh, like, I feel like they're off the market. They're like taken, like those, they came together. And I was like, wait, that's not the point of this. It's supposed to be only single people. So that they're definitely.
Is this women going for the same man? Is that what we're experiencing here? No, surely not. Is this women going for the same 2 guys? Is that what's gonna? Surely not.
Definitely single, but they're not talking to anyone else. So eventually one of the girls, I don't want to call her my friend yet, but she was just like flagged one of the men down, brought him over, and then she was like, she wants to talk to you. And I was like, so then all 3 of us girls are holding a conversation with this one guy, which was awkward. It felt like I was on a freaking season of The Bachelor or something. I've never even watched the show, but it felt like we were all like gunning for the same guy, but we weren't, because eventually they found a point in the conversation to both bow out, and I was just left there talking to this man, which was nice. But at the same time, I was like, I don't want to be here. So I talked to him for quite a few minutes. I got his number, okay? But I was like, I literally was so honest with him. Like, towards the end of the conversation, I was just like, hey, I'm gonna leave. If you want to take my number, you can do that. Like, I was like more blunt than I've ever been in my life. Would I go again? Because there's quite literally another one. There's another one next week in St. Louis. If you're interested. I personally will never go again. But also, again, this is about perspective. I don't really want to be dating. I've come to that realization. I don't really have a strong interest in it right now. So that being in that kind of scenario was just not worth it in the least for me.
Why did you go?
Right?
Why would you go to a
She thought she was gonna get free attention, P.
dating event if you didn't want to be dated? I don't understand that.
These do happen like all over. You have to like check their app to see what cities they're in. But like if you are interested, I'm like very curious on if like other cities have maybe like better choices. But to me, it felt like the dating app discards. And I was literally looking around like these are the dating app discards. And then I was like,
You're in that same group, by the way.
okay, I'm like myself, and I'm like,
Yeah.
is the call coming from inside the house? I am also the dating app discards, and
Yep.
I'm here. So needless to say, I was humbled. Do not think I need to do it again. I would have much rather been hanging out with my toddlers, and they are insane. Or like completely alone on my couch in a blanket burrito,
Oh, so you're a single mom.
binge eating snacks, and watching Reba.
Some self-actualization going on. Okay, self-reflection, looking in the mirror. Yes, you are also what you see. But yeah, I'm sorry to go ahead and say this. These singles events, it's not going to be filled with just like the best candidates for dating. It's just not. Because those people probably don't need singles events.
Why men are going to singles mixers, especially in Dallas, it's not a prize to win a bill.
It really
It's
is.
not a prize to win a bill. I want y'all to know the second you go to these singles events and you're in there and there's a mutual meetup, after that mutual meetup, there's nothing, it goes back to regular. It still goes back to you pay for it and you hope that she reciprocates.
Yep.
It still goes back to she's dating and she went to an event to find men to date. And then when she leaves here, she probably has other pursuers or some type of like, if I found her attractive, then most likely somebody else found her attractive. I'm not the only genius in the city. So if I went up to her and I said, oh, you're pretty, I want to take you out. How many other times this week am I going to have to worry about that? Because not only is she just an attractive woman, she's an attractive woman that's getting out looking to be in mixers and stuff like that. Like what? Like what? I like you and I want to build with you, but you've made it to the point where you've got so many options or you've got so many opportunities to go on dates. I'd be like, I don't want to date no girl. I don't want to date no woman that's on 4 dates a week while I'll only get one of them with her.
True.
I don't. And these singles mixers are either women that can't get a date in the first place, like just can't, like don't have the je ne sais quoi, don't have the, y'all say all Dallas women are pretty. All Dallas women are very well put together. I'm from Atlanta, baby. We play different. Dallas women are very well put together. Very well put together. Way better than Atlanta women. But if we're talking about just like physical attraction, don't even play with it. Dallas women are put together very well. Very well. But this idea that there's just tens walking around Dallas, I know it's not. And I'm not comparing it to myself. I'm comparing it just to general knowledge. But I will say, men are not going to these singles events because nobody's in a rush to pick up a bill. I'll walk you out of there. We have a great night. Next thing you know, the very next day, I got a good morning test. I got to do all. I'm much rather. I'm a man. I'm a hunter-gatherer. I'd rather catch in the wild. Yeah, catch me in some mossy oak or something.
Someone in the comments said, why don't y'all strive to be the best option? And this video is a great example of men being realistic. There isn't a man walking out here who isn't a 10 but thinks he is in his head. It's not a thing. Unless you have mental health illness. It's not a thing. Because you've been getting humbled. So when it comes to dating, you have men who are looking around and they're going, well, I find her attractive. She has all these other options. there are probably guys in there who are just as good, if not better than me. On top of that, she's going out on all these dates. I'm just one of many. This isn't really enticing. I would rather meet a woman on a dating app or meet a woman in the wild. But to be honest, when it comes to dating apps, it's pretty much the same. People aren't talking to one person on a dating app.
I mean, we see a lot of videos of women having rosters and they go out on multiple dates at a time because they're still single until they put a ring on it.
Breaks my heart as a two-mom household is that I have to undo toxic masculinity that my kids have learned by the outside world, because we don't teach that in our house. I've had to have the talk with my boys about like comments they say that to me is like, where did you learn that? Why would you say that? We don't talk like that. And it's school. So I have to break the bad parenting of other children who have taught my kids how to do and say things that in my mind is toxic for no reason. So the story behind that is today, big day for T Swift. She set another record for not only the first female, but just the first person in history to have 3 #1 hits at the same time on the top of the record boards.
Okay, at first when she said T Swift, I was like, who the hell? Is your son or your daughter's name is T Swift? It's like, oh wait, Taylor Swift.
I came home excited about it, and my son said, Taylor Swift sucks. Like, why would you say that? Obviously learned by toxic boy behavior at school. Otherwise, why would you say that? Why wouldn't you be like, wow, that's a really cool stat, right? Why would you?
Because he might not like her. Just because I don't like a woman doesn't make me toxic.
You say that? Well, I don't really like T Swift's music. That's a lie, because I've seen them dance and sing to it in the car. You don't have to like someone's music. So what's a better response? And we worked through a better response, right? We said, I don't like her music, but that's a really cool thing in history. Or, wow, she's a really good businesswoman. Or, wow, she's really talented.
Why is he forced to say something positive about Taylor Swift?
What is going on?
Why does he have to say something positive about it? You said some type of shit about Taylor Swift. He didn't give a fuck about that shit, man. He don't care about no damn Taylor Swift. He don't care about no Taylor Swift. Oh, Taylor Swift just got the. Alright, cool. Why do I have to? I must acknowledge it.
You don't have to like her, but you can see that she's good at what she does. I mean, numbers don't lie. We've had to have a couple of talks for like certain things, you know, they're competitive with hockey. Kinley plays hockey and things that they've said about Kinley and hockey. Well, that's, you're a girl. We've worked hard in this house, especially as two moms, to break any toxic masculinity, but it really just upsets me. The stuff they learn at school that I can't control, that they learn from
Two moms.
the outside world or from other parents' kids. I will keep teaching it and preaching it, and they will grow up to be very proud humans of women and protect women and take care of women and know their accomplishments and know that the odds are always against them.
As the same thing as women don't really care about random men's accomplishments, why would I care about some random lady's accomplishment? Wow.
No matter what I do, it's gonna be my goal. It's to raise good men. Okay, bye now.
Nothing about self-respect, nothing to do with men. I'm just gonna raise them to just care about women. Nothing about themselves. Why the hell did you take 2 boys? I don't get this. Feminists shouldn't be parents. I'm sorry to go ahead and say it, man. Radical feminists shouldn't be parents. And this has nothing to do with the LGBT. You know, I don't really care about that. But you're raising your boys and you just listed off a bunch of shit. Nothing to do with them respecting themselves, loving themselves as men. Just, women, you just have to learn about women and what the hell is that? I said this, I went to a Taylor Swift concert. Don't ask me what I was doing at a Taylor Swift concert.
B, what's going on, man? I didn't know you were a fan.
I see the comments. I'm not answering the question. Okay? I was at a Taylor Swift concert. The control of the crowd, fantastic. The way the crowd were acting, I've never seen it. I've never seen anything like. She had these white women going crazy. Okay, it was ridiculous. I found, a level of respect for her. There were like 2 songs that I liked. I still think the overwhelming majority of her music is trash though. Like, I don't think she's very good. I'm old enough and mature enough to be able to, say those 2 things. But saying Taylor Swift's music's trash, that's not toxic. It's not toxic, I'm sorry. That's not toxic.
I mean, it's just like talking about Will Smith. I've always loved his movies. I love Fresh Prince. His recent raps, or just as a rapper, he's trash. Trash. I tell you, trash.
That's clearly. That's just having an opinion that you didn't like. Because we don't have to acknowledge every good thing someone does. That makes no sense. I'm sure some very bad people did some good things. I'm not saying Taylor Swift's a bad person, but I'm just saying this idea that he has to acknowledge that Taylor Swift, that's stupid. And you need to teach him how to love himself as a man. I don't know how they're going to do it.
I mean, they're doing that with like Bonnie Blue. There's people that defend her and say, oh, she's a great entrepreneur. She makes all this money, blah, blah, blah. And I don't have to agree with any of that. Like, she's trash. She's just a trash person. Doesn't matter what accomplishments she's had. So a lot of those accomplishments are actually very trash accomplishments. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.